Can someone explain to me what happens when you put your best players in their best position, you put the right players on the pitch, you pick the right lineup against the team that you're coming up against? What happens? Let me think about it for a second. Oh, you actually might win a game. When you actually set the team up properly, you put your players in their correct positions. None of this bullshit with Oxlade-Chamberlain playing left wing back. Oh, I'm so relieved. I was so nervous before this game against Bournemouth today. As you can see, we have beaten them 3-0 at home, and that, for me, is one of the best wins in a long time, just in terms of the way I'm feeling, because it's been such a rotten few weeks for Arsenal fans. Finally, we've got some relief. You know, the Leicester game, fair enough, we did win that game, but although it was incredible to watch, especially for neutrals, it was extremely stressful at times as well. And afterwards, I was left feeling a little bit unsure of how we actually did that night. You know, was it a good result? Was it a bad result, even though we got a win? Did we even play well? We defended like absolute shit? Of course we did. And then, of course, we go into Stoke, lose that game 1-0, and then you think, yeah, okay, so that Leicester game really was just, you know, papering over the cracks. You know, a lot of people use that term, and it's a really good term. There's a huge crack down your wall, and all you're doing is painting over the top or putting a bit of paper on it. The crack's still there, you just don't see it. And it felt like against Leicester that was the case. So Stoke just confirmed it for me. And then, of course, going to Anfield and getting smashed 4-0, although they just got smashed 5-0 by City today, which is crazy. Oxlade-Chamberlain, final game for Arsenal, loses 4-0. First game for Liverpool, loses 5-0. Unbelievable for him. I just feel like, you know, the start to the season hasn't been good. It just hasn't been good. And today was an absolute must-win. And not only have we won it, we've done it really comfortably. We've had a very decent performance. Not perfect by any means, but a good performance. And we kept a clean sheet. And that's the biggest part for me. You know, we've conceded, is it 8 goals in 4 games now? Obviously, today was none. It was 8 goals in 3. An average of 2 goals a game, technically now. And we actually got a clean sheet today, which is, you know, it's huge. That really is huge. And we're still playing with a makeshift back 3 at times. You know, Monreal is not a centre-back, but maybe he can be. Maybe he can be a left centre-back for us. He does okay there. I think Mustafi, he looked okay today. Had a few issues here and there. I think sometimes he's just a little bit inconsistent, a little bit prone to just messing up, really. And it was great to have Koscielny back, but you can see he's not fully fit yet. So it was still a little bit dodgy here and there. Just luckily it was Bournemouth. I think any other team might have got a few goals today. Now, what I really want to talk about, guys, is the lineup, and especially midfield and the front 3. We were playing that 3-4-3 formation that we seem to be wanting to play a lot. And we did it right. And the selection was perfect. Wenger nailed it. I saw the lineup. And I just thought, oh, he's actually decided to go with a strong lineup and the players in their correct positions. Kolasinac was back in there. Kolasinac, however you want to say it. He was our player of the month of August. You're telling me he isn't going to play against Liverpool? And when he does come on, you can see that he was actually really good. And playing him at left centre-back, even then, he's okay. But you've got to get him on that left wing-back role, left midfield, get him forward. And you saw today getting an assist within the first few minutes of the game for Welbeck. So for me, that midfield 4 was perfect. Kolasinac one side, Bellerin on the right, who I still think he's got a bit of work to do to keep up and get back to where he was before, where he was, you know, performing really, really well. And then Ramsey, outstanding today. Xhaka still gives away the ball a little bit, makes a few mistakes, but when he's good, he's like Ozil to me. When he's good, he's just unbelievably good. Like the passing range he's got is very good. And he's strong. He's a tank. I wish he was a bit quicker. He does get left behind a little bit when there's quick players around him. But do you know what? If he's mentally intelligent, you know, if he's good at getting in the position that he needs to be in before the ball is even played, he'll be absolutely fine. I think that with Ramsey, there's potential. There definitely is. I think Ramsey had a really, really good game today. It was sad to see him go off in the second half because I thought he was having a great game. And then, of course, up front with Ozil as, you know, the inside forward on the right. And then you've got Welbeck, who, I'm not going to lie, guys, I think I've been proved wrong today a little bit. Not fully. I'm not going to go ahead and say Welbeck is a fantastic finisher now, because I know in the last few Operation Arsenals, whenever he's played, I've slated his finishing. But today he scored 2 very decent goals, especially his second goal where he slid it in across goal, pretty much in off the post, just inside. And it was a world-class finish. I mean, Messi would have been praised for that one. And I think that maybe I owe Welbeck a little bit of slack here, a little bit of an apology almost, because, maybe he's been working on his finishing a lot more recently, and that's helped his confidence. So he goes into a game and thinks, yeah, I can take pop shots here and actually score. I think that he did really, really well today, and I can see why he's being picked. We had Sanchez on the bench, but with the whole transfer window saga, I wouldn't have played him. I just wouldn't. When he came on, there was, I would say, 50-50 reaction. There was a lot of people cheering and happy to see him, but also there was, equally quite a lot of boos as well. I think people are upset that he would have gone to City. I think had he said, I want to go to Juventus or Bayern, it would have been much easier to take, but the fact that he wants to jump ship to Man City, and as you know, we've got a history of selling players to City, it was just sad to hear that, but he stayed. We need to get behind the team. We need to get behind Alexis Sanchez. We're going to have him until January at least, if not the whole season, and then he's going to move on for free, which is crazy. But you know what? I'm glad we've kept him because, when he came on, you could see that's our Alexis Sanchez. That's our best player. He's a fantastic player. I thought Ozil was very good today. I want to touch on a tweet that I posted that got a few people a little bit angry. It's because during the game, Ozil kept doing this. Bad reactions like, why are you not passing to me? Why are you shooting? And we're 3-0 up at this point when he does want... Giroud's just come on. He's in a decent position to pass it to Ozil, for sure. But he goes for the shot. We're 3-0 up. Giroud, he isn't starting at the moment. He wants to come on and score a goal. He goes for the shot, which, okay, it doesn't go in the back of the net. And then you see in the corner of the screen that Mesut Ozil is going mad. He's so angry that Giroud didn't pass to him. He just turns and walks off with his arms in the air. Now, what I want to clarify is I've slated, and many people have slated Ozil for not trying hard enough. And that's not what I'm getting at here. Fantastic to show some passion and get involved. But when you're 3-0 up, you could argue one of our best players in Giroud over the last few months, when he has come on, when he does play well. He comes on and he takes a shot at goal. We're 3-0 up. We've got nothing to lose at this point. You don't just go mad at one of your teammates just for not passing the ball. There's plenty of occasions where, yes, maybe Ozil could pass the ball to a teammate but goes for a shot. He had a volley with his right foot today which went massively wide. No one had a go at him. That's fine. Have a shot every now and again. We're winning the game. There's no need to be angry. If it was 0-0 and you felt like you're in a better position to score and Giroud should pass it across, you're well within your right to be angry at him. But it wasn't 0-0. It was a decent opportunity for Giroud to score after coming off the bench. We're cruising. There is just no need to throw your arms up. So I just wanted to, I want to clarify that because it feels like he can't win. If he doesn't try hard enough, he gets slated. And when he gets really passionate and angry for not getting the ball and things like that, he gets slated. But that's not what I was trying to do. I just don't like it when your teammates react like that, when there's no need for it. We're winning the game. Just walk back to your position. Thumbs up, unlucky, carry on. You'll get another chance. There's just no need for it. But other than that, guys, I don't know what else to say. I think Bournemouth, they're going to have a tough season. Four games in, no wins, no draws, 4 losses. Another 3-0 loss today. It's not looking great for Bournemouth. But there's no doubt in my mind that they will come out of this. They will not be relegated this season. And if they do, that would be a travesty because I'm used to seeing Bournemouth in the league now. They've got a bit of a soft spot for me. I used to go to Bournemouth, the town, as a kid every single year on a summer holiday. We used to rent a house down in Bournemouth for a week, and I used to see the stadium. I used to drive past it with my parents, and although I've never gone to see a game, I like Bournemouth. I would love them to stay in the Premier League. So although it's not been a great start, they've got the players, they've got a great squad there. I'm sure they'll do absolutely fine. And you know what? I know Arsenal have had a really poor start, but today has shown that we still have the ability to play really well. And although it's a home game against a lesser side, it could have easily gone wrong again today. You just don't know. And I have very little faith in Wenger at the moment. And today he did something well, and that was putting the right team out. The players were in their right positions. I think it just goes to show how bad Liverpool really was in terms of the performance and the pre-match training, the drills, the structure of the team. The whole plan and strategy behind it was all wrong, and we got found out massively. So it was good to see him get it right today. I don't know what else to say, really. I'm just so relieved. I really am. I can go to bed tonight a happy man, knowing that we have got those 3 points, and we go into next week's game against Chelsea with a little bit of confidence and then we can get smashed 6-0, and we'll be back to square one. So if you're excited for the Operation Arsenal episode next week, make sure you subscribe. You will not miss it then, and I will see you next time.